This is Sway.
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 In the morning.
In the morning.
In the morning.
Shake it, body.
Wake your punk ass up. That crust out your eyes.
Up next, he's a cutie pie.
He is.
I text my girlfriends. I was like, guess who's coming to the show today? And they was like, tell him I said hi. Tell my most wanted baby father I said what's up. You got a lot of nicknames in the street. It's the one and only Laz Alonso. He's here with us.
What up?
How you been?
I'm good. How you been?
Really, really good. Thank you for hanging out with Tracy and I.
It's
We're
my
glad
pleasure.
that you're coming through.
It's my pleasure.
Yeah,
I saw Sway last night at the bar. I told him, I said, you might want to slow down, bro.
What was he drinking? Because this is good blackmail.
He was mixing everything. I mean, he was drinking some crazy green substance with smoke coming out of it.
What?
Taking it to the head, straight out the bottle. He was putting it in his hat and then drinking it out of his hat. It was nuts. It was nuts.
You see, Sweat, you always tell me somebody's always watching. Somebody's always watching.
I peeped him.
You peeped him. Well, Laz is gonna hang out with us while we do Celebrity Wire and talk about all the things that he's doing, that he has coming up. But up next, Tracy G with that Celebrity Wire. That is Billy Soto. 8 minutes past the top of the hour. We have our special guest here, Laz Alonso. That's a clip from Mysteries of Laura that starts on Wednesday, September 23rd at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on NBC. Now, see, this is what I love, Tracy G.
Talk to me.
Not only we could just throw that clip in real early, a month and a half before that even get going. Versus and Flow that he's on. Like, that's the commercials that I've been seeing and watching. And when I heard he was coming up and started yapping to all my girlfriends, I was like, this is so dope. Because I think TV One was smart to do something like Versus and Flow. And then you watch them, the show has gotten better over the course of the years, the hosts and everything like that. It's really good and it brings you in. What made you, Laz, decide to do that show?
You know what I love about Versus and Flow is that everybody that's on that show from a poet standpoint, they were sitting on their couch the week before watching people on TV.
Yeah.
And a week later, they're on TV, performing their craft, what they love. You know, so it's not something that's super duper rehearsed. Like, these are people that are everyday people coming and showing what they do for love. They're not doing it for a check. You know, they're not doing it for commercial success. They're doing it because this is a passion. It's something that you can't stop them from doing what they do. And, you know, poetry to me is what it's the person that's talking about what's in the streets. You know, like, songs talk about what's going on in the neighborhoods. Poets, they talk about what's going on not only in the neighborhoods, but in the streets, in Ferguson, you know, Black Lives Matter. Everything that is happening in our culture, you know, in their neighborhood, in their city, worldwide, culturally, poets are addressing that. You know, you this year on Versus and Flow, you're going to have poems about the LGBT community.
Right.
You're gonna have poetry around abuse, you know, sexual abuse. You're gonna have poetry around happy things, food.
Right.
You know, some people loves grapes. You know, you hear it all on that show. And then on top of that, you got the live music.
Yeah.
Playing with a live band.
Yep.
No dats.
Yep. If
you can sing, if you can blow, you're gonna be on Poets Versus and Flow.
What I love about that, I'm from the generation where I think all of us, though, we sat around and we watched Def Poetry Jam, and we kind of missed when that went off. Do you think the inspiration for Versus and Flow came from that?
I mean, listen, Def Poetry Jam had to kick down the door to show that poetry is something that people are interested in and will tune into to watch week by week. You know, so shout out to them. But I think Versus and Flow has a slightly different edge to it.
Yeah.
You know, where Def Poetry had more of a hip hop edge. Here you got, you know, more of a live unplugged edge.
That's true.
You know, so we bring in the music, the unplugged element, you know, which is almost, they go hand in hand. You know, because when you're on that stage, you know, rattling off one of your pieces, there's no taking it back if you mess up. You know, you right there, you got to perform. It's like a freestyle.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, so they go up there and they do their thing. And man, I have so much respect for just that whole community.
Right.
Because they don't pull any punches. You know, it ain't no censorship. They won't even show up if you're trying to censor or taper their words. You know, and shout out to Lexus as well, because Lexus, you know, is put their stamp on it. They've been behind the show. They really push the show, and they put their money where their mouth is. They donate money to black colleges, you know, HBCUs, as part of this whole Versus and Flow program.
You went to Howard.
I went to Howard, yeah.
Okay.
So for me, I mean, that's something that's very, you know, important to me, is that when a corporation doesn't only just come to you with an ad and say, hey, come buy my stuff.
Right.
But they're putting back in the community and putting back in people that are one day going to be Lexus drivers of the future.
They gave you a car?
I got a car.
Okay.
Yeah. I got a car.
Check. I got to start. Laz put me in the co-host with you next season.
Yeah.
2016. But I'll be right there.
I'm pushing the white Lex.
What did you want to say, Tracy?
I'm wondering, clearly you're a fan as a viewer of poetry. Was there ever a point in time where you were a writer yourself?
Back in the day, I mean, who didn't want to rap back in the day?
Right.
What was your MC name?
Man, you know what? I don't want to go there. It's some corny.
Laz Kaz?
Laz Kaz.
Although I might have gone farther if I would have been Laz Kaz.
Well, what about if you had someone like ghost write some poetry for you? What would be like the topic?
See, you trying to open up a can of worms there. You know the whole ghost writing topic.
Very sensitive.
The whole ghost writing topic is not good right now.
That's a dope poetry topic though.
That
ghost writing.
Ghost writing for poets?
That's a dope.
Oh, you will be hung from it. It would not be good in the poetry world. Like that, I think that's one thing that you will not see acceptable in that environment.
Yeah.
Is somebody to ghostwrite for you. Like you have to stand behind your words because they're so sincere and so dear to you. I mean, these people are writing their lives.
Right.
It isn't just, let me make something that rhymes and sounds cool, or I'm gonna get an applause or some snaps.
Yeah.
No, like people, they're known by certain poems.
Mm-hmm. That's very true.
Yeah, they bleed by their words.
That world is super non-commercial.
Laz Alonso has joined us. We got a game. You got to meet DB. That's our movie junkie. He pretty much knows every single thing. So we're going to play a game with you up next. 888-742-3345. Citizens, you want to talk to Laz? He's here with us on Sway in the Morning, Shade 45. Tracy G, we know you and Laz are talking. What's going on? Laz Alonso is here. Citizens, 888-742-3345. Talking about Verses and Flow. If you're not a fan, you need to get with it. It comes on Thursday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on TV One. Congratulations to TV One. I like what they're doing. A lot of programming, a lot of different things. You get caught up on so much, the unsungs, the verses and flows. You learn so much about your favorite artists, people that you were thinking about, and then, like you said, to watch the newcomers come along, or people who were just home sitting on their couch a week ago. That's the best analogy. Come on in and get an opportunity to shine. So shout out to TV One for doing that. DB is here. He's our all-around movie junkie, good guy, everything. He comes up with good games and different things to kind of stump you to get your citizenship as you citizen of Sway in the Morning. I don't know what he got, so this is not, we're not triple teaming you, Laz. I don't know what DB got cooked up his sleeve, but Laz, meet DB.
How's it going, bro?
I'm worried.
You should be okay. Since you're on the mysteries of Laura,
right?
I came up with a game called Solve the Mystery.
All right.
DB, what you got for him?
All right, we got a couple mysteries, and we're going to see if you can solve them. All right. Question number 1. Amelia Earhart. Back in 1936, she attempted to fly around the world, but strangely disappeared after her last radio transmission with only 7,000 miles left to go. Did they ever find her? Yes or no?
No.
They actually did.
Oh man, it's all right, Laz. I didn't know. I would have gave you the answer. I didn't know that.
The bones of a white woman with her measurements and glass from her plane found on an island.
Wow.
I don't know. It could have been set up though. Because they're saying that they did a tooth analysis on Hitler's remains.
Yeah.
And now they're claiming that they don't match his original teeth mold.
Dun, dun, dun.
So they're saying that he possibly might have escaped and they just rigged it like it was really Hitler and it wasn't.
What if he had veneers?
He might have had the oversized veneers. The oversized joints that we were talking about during the break.
All right, let's get off Hitler. All right. Question number 2 about Atlantis. Philosophers describe this mythological place as the most advanced civilization on Earth, but it's believed to have sank in the Atlantic Ocean. Did Atlantis exist? Yes or no? Okay, now I have my own conspiracy theories. Mm-hmm. I do believe that Atlantis probably existed. And I think that it might have been connected to the UFOs and extraterrestrial life and everything else. I mean, that's a really big story to just concoct, and it lasts thousands of years. So I would say yes. Well, you would be wrong because researchers discovered that. Tell me I'm wrong.
I don't know, Les. I'm with you.
Sorry, Plato mentions in his writing that Atlantis was just a hypothetical city. He made it up. Bunch of bullshit.
They might have held Plato's, they might have tied up his daughter and put her in the basement like, you better lie.
Okay, well, we'll go with that.
I can always make excuses.
Yeah, make excuses.
I can make excuses.
It's okay. He can talk his way.
All right.
Question number 3. The Toynbee tiles. These are strange cryptic messages found embedded in the streets of various cities. You can find several of them right here in New York. Do we know who created them? Yes or no?
The Toynbee tiles?
Toynbee.
Toynbee tiles? Yes, we know.
Actually, we don't.
Damn! Oh. You know why? It's because Sway is sick. That's why I'm getting it wrong.
Don't worry. All right, number 4, DB, let's scratch everything else. Laz has to get this one.
All right.
Sorry.
I'll let you choose. Do you want to go with the Shroud of Turin or the Crystal Skulls?
I don't know, man.
They both suck.
Crystal Skulls. Maybe it was an Indiana Jones movie. And I remember.
Indiana Jones.
Come on.
Crystal Skulls. These mysterious artifacts are believed to hold strange powers, and Mayan priests supposedly use them to wish death upon their enemies. Real or fake?
Fake.
Fake. You are correct, sir.
He got one citizen right. You got your citizenship, Laz.
I'm back.
You back, citizens. 888-742-3345.
Donald Trump can't send me away. I'm a citizen.
That's right. Sway in the morning. He's up next along with Tracy G, the Celebrity Wire.
Yes, and we got to talk about Miley Cyrus because she is saying some not so nice things about Taylor Swift and Kendrick Lamar.
That's up next. Yep, Sway in the morning, Shade 45, 25 minutes past the top of the hour. Citizens Laz Alonso joined us. He stopped by the show today to talk about Versus and Flow. Of course, that's the TV One show. It's on 10 p.m. on Thursday night Eastern Standard Time, and you could get it on demand and all those good things as well. But watch it live. Keep supporting our brother here at TV One and all the things that they're doing over there at TV One. But Laz, hang out with us. Join us for Celebrity Wire with Tracy G.
No doubt.
Bobby Christina. Dear Bobby Christina, she's been mourned over. She's been buried since the top of the month, but I feel like just her poor soul is not resting at all. Her boyfriend, and also the alleged reason behind her death, Nick Gordon, is reportedly making arrangements to honor her in his own way because we know that he was shut out of the official funeral. So Entertainment Tonight, very credible source, they got wind of a Facebook comment that has now been deleted. It was from Nick. It was posted. It said this: "We will have our own service remembering and honoring Chrissy. Only the real family that actually was there for her will attend." So he was kind of taking a shot at Bobby Brown, who we know they've been having problems for a while. There's been like bitter enemies. But also, just to remind you, the dude, Nick, he has bigger fish to fry because we learned that a multi-million-dollar wrongful death lawsuit is against him, with the conservator believing that he's the one who drugged her on January 31st and purposely laid her face down in that bathtub.
I don't know. I'm at the point where, and it's not your fault, Tracy, because this is the news and people are still curious and talking about it. It pops up every day, like on some form of your social media. But I just think it's sad that, let the girl rest in peace. And the family in the situation, Bobby Brown, for what people want to say about him, he was cool when he came up here.
Right.
Whitney Houston never had a chance to meet her, but she died tragically. Now her daughter, it's enough already. Sometimes people just making a sad situation even worse by the lawsuits, the accusations,
speaking to reporters and talking about other members of the family,
taking pictures and photos, people on their deathbed. I just think it's sad for me.
In a way, that's also a form of grieving too, though. I've had situations in my family where you start pointing the fingers and you didn't love them the way they were supposed to, and you abandoned this one, or but it's their own way of letting go.
Right.
So this might be their way, and who knows? Hopefully they can find some place to meet in the middle and just patch things up, but they might not.
Just got to be careful because it can be exploited when that type of grieving is in the public eye.
Yeah, in the public eye.
Right. Yeah.
The whole lawsuit thing, I think that's going to end up ugly. And what is he really going to sue this guy for? We've only really seen this kid once in the media, and it wasn't a very good look for him.
I hate Bobby Brown.
Yeah, that's what he had
There's
to
the
say.
memory in all of our heads.
Yeah.
All right. In other news, Miley Cyrus, ever since she shed her old innocent skin as Hannah Montana, she's just she never bites her tongue. She says whatever the hell is on her mind. She's very polarizing. We saw her famously twerking with Robin Thicke on that VMA stage. She's going to be hosting this year's VMAs, by the way. And now she's doing an interview with Marie Claire. She's on the cover and she's criticizing Taylor Swift, America's sweetheart. Taylor has her record with Kendrick Lamar, Bad Blood. Now, this is what Miley Cyrus thinks. She says, I don't get the violence revenge thing. That's supposed to be a good example, and I'm a bad role model because I'm running around with my titties out. I'm not sure how titties are worse than guns. And she's referencing the music video where Taylor is like defeating an army of women and she has guns as her weapon of choice. Then she comes criticizing Kendrick Lamar a bit. She's attempting to point out a double standard in music. And she says this, there is so much sexism, ageism, you name it. Kendrick Lamar sings about LSD and he's cool. I do it and I'm a druggy whore.
How dope would it be if Taylor Swift came back with 2 songs back to back? That's what I want to see. I want to see Taylor respond in a song.
White girl beef, you want to see it?
White girl beef.
Let's get it popping.
WGB.
All right, there it is. You've been had, Mal. You've been called out. White girl beef. Let's get it popping. See who wins that one.
Oh, yeah.
Who you got, Tracy G?
Miley Cyrus.
Who you got?
Yeah, I think Miley might take
She
this.
hangs out with more black
She
people.
might take this one.
But what else,
She got
Tracy?
more shooters.
Yeah. And then really quickly, I know a lot of people were worried that Nicki Minaj, that she was she had the seed of Meek Mill baking inside of her because she was calling him her baby father while they were out on her tour, Pink Print tour. But it's being reported, just as I freaking suspected, she's not pregnant. She said multiple times in interviews that she refuses to have anyone's child if she is not already a wife. So sources went to TMC and said that it looks like Nicki and Meek, they're in it for the long haul. So she's just waiting for the wedding bells before any baby cries.
So she's waiting to get married before she has a kid. Long story short.
Yes.
All right, it's all good.
The
and fair.
traditional way to do
The
it.
traditional way, the old school way of doing. People don't do that no more. They have kids and may never get married.
Remember,
So,
that's what Chris Brown said he wanted to do with Karrueche. He was like, I'm focused on having this baby first, and then I want to get married, and then all of a sudden we saw everything that freaking happened after that. So, really quick, another story. Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen, you know that they're super innocent, but they have $1 billion lawsuit that's being put against them. This class action suit from their old interns who are claiming that they were basically treated poorly, like slaves, toiling for free during doing menial tasks. This one intern said she was very demanding. That's a quote. I was doing the work of 3 interns. I was talking to her all day, all night, emails at nighttime for the next day, like 10 p.m. at night.
Shut up, interns. Veronica, you got to come to the forefront. Hey, look, because I got to put you on blast. Laz, you ever had interns?
Yeah, and I've been an intern, and that's part of the deal. Like, you're pledging. You're working hard for free, but you're getting in. You're having an opportunity. And I know a lot of interns that now are bosses. They're running things, and they have interns.
Veronica, I trust the intern here, Sway in the morning. Veronica, how's been your experience?
It's been good so far. Everything's good.
Who's the meanest in the room? You can say it's Sway in here.
I haven't had anyone be mean to me.
Yeah, that was a good. Yeah.
Yo, y'all got her on check.
That's right.
Whoa.
Veronica, you get your check.
You need a job?
Speaking of check, she get paid
now.
too.
Oh,
She
they
gets
get paid?
She's a
Oh,
paid
wow.
intern. Thank you, Veronica, so much. We appreciate
Interns
your
are winning that
service.
serious.
That's it.
Wow.
Thank you so much, Laz. We appreciate you. Citizens, don't forget Versus and Flow every single Thursday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on TV One. And of course, Mysteries of Laura, that starts on September 23rd at 8 p.m. on NBC.
Every Wednesday at 8 p.m.
Every Wednesday, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Eastern Standard
On
Time.
NBC.
Thank you so much for
My
hanging
pleasure.
out with
It's
us.
always
We
nice to come
appreciate
through.
you hanging out, chilling with me and Tracy G.
Right.
It's Sway in the morning, only on Shade 45.